If we never met, I would have never found my queen. And that truth sits quietly within my chest. Not loud, not demanding, just certain. Some meetings are written softly, so they don't scare destiny away. They arrive like coincidence, but leave like purpose. Before you, life was moving, but it wasn't aligned. Days passed, nights existed, yet something unnamed was missing. I didn't know what to search for because I didn't know you yet. How do you miss what you've never touched? Then time folded in on itself. Paths crossed without announcement, and suddenly the world made more sense. You didn't arrive to impress, you arrived to awaken something patient inside me, something royal, steady, calm. Not every queen wears a crown. Some wear strength quietly, some rule with compassion, some lead by presence alone. You were never loud about power. You carried it naturally, in how you spoke, in how you listened. Meeting you didn't feel no. It felt remembered, like something promised. Long before this lifetime, I had known noise before. Attention, attraction, intensity. But you were different. You were clarity. You didn't confuse my heart. You settled it. You didn't demand change. You inspired growth. I didn't feel the need to perform or pretend. Around you, I could breathe. If we never met, I might have settled for less, mistaken comfort for love, familiarity for connection. I might have called survival, a relationship and loyalty, an obligation. But you showed me that love can become, that devotion doesn't drain, that partnership doesn't compete. You didn't try to complete me. You stood beside me, whole on your own, choosing me freely. That's what made it royal. Not control, not dependency, but mutual respect. You saw me, not just my potential, but my flaws, and you didn't flinch. You didn't try to fix me. You trusted my growth. You didn't rush my pace. You honored my process. In your presence, I didn't feel judged. I felt understood, and that is rare. Some people want a version they can manage. You wanted the version I was becoming. If we never met, I might have continued shrinking to keep peace with people who loved convenience. But you reminded me that love doesn't require self erasure or silence. You held space without possession, you supported without suffocating. That's when I knew this wasn't coincidence. This wasn't timing alone. This was alignment. You didn't change my world by force, you changed it by existing in it. Even distance couldn't erase. What presence had built, even silence couldn't undo. What understanding created, you became reference, not comparison, standard, not an exception. Because after you, I knew what was possible, and I could never unknow that truth. You taught me that a queen doesn't need to demand loyalty, she inspires it, not through fear, but through integrity, not through control, but through consistency. If we never met, I might have doubted that love could feel like peace. Instead of pressure, I might have believed that intensity equals depth, that pain equals passion, that chaos equals connection. But you proved otherwise. You showed me that real love feels steady, It doesn't keep you guessing. It doesn't test your worth. It doesn't make you smaller. To feel secure. Being with you didn't make me lose myself. It made me more myself. And that is rare power. You didn't compete with my dreams. You respected them. You didn't fear my strength. You matched it. That's why I call you queen. Not because you stand above, but because you stand firm in who you are. Royalty recognizes royalty without jealousy, without insecurity, without games. If we never met, I might have lived a full life, but not a true one, not an aligned one. Because some connections don't just add to life, they redefine it quietly, permanently. And even if the world never understands what this meeting meant, I do, because my standards changed, my heart matured, my vision sharpened. After you didn't just enter my story, you clarified it. You didn't write the ending, you gave it direction. And that is why, no matter how time unfolds, this truth remains untouched and unshaken. If we never met, I would have never known what it means to find my queen. Time revealed things gently, not all at once, because truth delivered slowly lasts longer inside the heart. After meeting you, I began to notice changes, not around me, but within me. My patience deepened, my reactions softened, my priorities realigned. Without force, I stopped rushing explanations, stopped proving intentions, stopped chasing reassurance, because certainty replaced noise. You didn't demand commitment, you inspired devotion. There is a difference, and it matters. Devotion grows naturally when respect feels mutual, when effort is returned, not measured. I learned that loyalty is not endurance, it is choice, renewed daily, and choosing you never felt heavy. It felt intentional, like alignment. You didn't become my world, you became my balance. You didn't replace my purpose, you supported it. That is why this felt rare, not dramatic, not chaotic, but steady. I had known attraction that burned fast and disappeared quietly, leaving confusion. But this was